forgot to say the most important point, which is that Doechii, if you was really a real bitch, you would have. Here we are finding ourselves on the other side of the Grammys. And hey, I told you guys, we knew what was going to happen. And so what now? First of all, I want to say congratulations to Doechii for winning, like best rap album. It doesn't even matter like what I would have wanted or some. Actually, yes, it does. You see, I'm really trying to be mature, as you guys can tell. Okay, you know what? Before we get too far into this, please make sure to like the video, especially if you really like to talk about female rap, music business stuff, and label stuff, a whole bunch of shit. And make sure that when y'all subscribe, y'all keep that notification bell on so that y'all never miss when I upload. And her award was the first award to be presented, and it was presented to her by Cardi B. I definitely think that there is a significance using Cardi as someone to present Doechii with her first award. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I would have loved if she won for like best new artist or whatever, because it's like, as I've been saying, in all of my videos, it's like, which bitch made $1 million off of Mixtape. Now it's gonna be which bitch got a Grammy off of Mixtape. Okay, and Doechii already like poking her head out there because she already done dropped a freestyle after the show. I'm gonna get into my thoughts on that as well. When Doechii went up on that stage, she credited like the previous women who won best rap album, and that only includes now herself, Cardi B, and Lauryn Hill. And like, of course, every year the conversation definitely ignites around Nicki Minaj and her legacy and stuff like that. And regardless of how much we talk about moving on and trying to like keep her name out of this Grammy mess, this year was the year where I'm just like, yo, people can't not mention Nicki. Like the Barbs can't not mention Nicki, because even though I feel like I can't comfortably advocate for any other artist, like I don't even care the genre, because it's like I could even say that Kendrick won so much, Billie Eilish got snubbed, and I don't even listen to Billie Eilish. Doechii's performance was great, it was cool, stuff like that. She's a great performer. This significance of having Cardi present, sort of represents a full circle moment in their eyes, and that's how that she was gonna win, because they made Cardi go and present to her. I don't think that was a surprise. She dropped the single right after the show, and people were gagging at that. I just listened to it before I started recording, and honestly, guys, like it wasn't really all that. And when I say all that, I'm talking about in terms of like bars, in terms of like potential shots, because people been going off since last night about her coming for Nicki. That's always been a conspiracy theory, and she definitely had some slick shots in there talking about she paid her dues or something like that. You could say she's a son of Nicki, she's a son of Doja, whatever. So it's like, it is what it is. Let her have her moment and let her talk her shit. And I saw a great tweet last night, because Barbs was saying like, oh, like she had this ready to go, so she knew that she was gonna win. And yeah, it might as well be. But I saw another good tweet where someone said like, if this was Nicki, if she won and she dropped the freestyle talking her shit right after, y'all would have been gagging at that. And that's also true as well. And so it's just like, yeah, let her have her fun, let her talk her shit, let her enjoy her moment, because who knows how many moments she gonna have. I don't really even mean to bring her down, but there's a lot of people who have Grammys out there where their music consumption doesn't match, where their ticket sales don't match, their streaming numbers don't match, their sales numbers don't match. So who knows how long she's going to be around. And actually, I think she'll be around for a while, because Doechii is actually talented. And shout out to LaRon. LaRon, you always keep me grounded, because we all have our toxic traits, even though we all claim to be so mature and stuff like that. And LaRon has good points where he says like, yo, like if we had to sit there for Cardi B while the industry pushed her and she wasn't even not 1% as talented as Doechii, let a black, dark-skinned girl win who actually deserved to be here. So it's like, okay, y'all are right. Everybody's right. Everybody is definitely right. And so, I see the Barbs talking already, where it's like, if they're saying like, if Doechii does take shots towards Nicki, that hopefully Nicki will ignore it this time. Hopefully she learned her lesson, because she was giving out free #1s last year, and y'all already know how I feel about that. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't really feel like anything. It's still a beginning. They still got to do the Super Bowl and go on tour this year. Hopefully Doechii drops another project this year, because it's time. You want that attention, you want that spot, so you gotta work for it. And that goes for Kendrick as well, because he wanted to be #1. Now you #1. Now you gotta feed the streets like you #1. The streets need music and stuff like that. And so yeah, but like I said, I try to listen to Doechii's thing or whatever, and it's very chaotic. Her bars is definitely there. I have to big up her enunciation, amazing enunciation, and stating why she's here. She definitely clocked the hating ass stands, definitely the barbs, and hey, like y'all give people so much room to diss y'all because y'all stay worried about people that y'all don't like. So it's like you can't be mad at that because she got a lot of hate. She got a lot of hate not only from barbs but from Doja Cat fans as well. And so y'all have to remember, no matter who you're a fan of, your hate is still gonna propel someone's career. In the song, she talks a lot about what if she lost, like, and notice how like every time she says that, she never finishes the sentence. What if she lost? What if she lost that Grammy and she knew she was gonna win? So hey, more power to her. I don't know, but that beat was given very chaotic and just different things and her singing and stuff like that, and that's all fine and dandy, but it just ain't for me. It's just not for me. It said Doechii never been for me. Even when I was discovering Doechii, like right after she got signed, where she still wasn't mainstream and stuff like that, she just was not for me. So Doechii's just not going to be for me. I'm not into like that alternative sound and stuff like that, and all of that theatrics when it comes to the music and stuff. Hey y'all, it's editing me. And bitch, why I forgot to say the most important point, which is that Doechii, if you was really a real bitch, you would have thanked Nicki Minaj up there. And I'm not even just saying that because I'm a barb, but it's like, at least show some respect to the woman who you take so much influence from, who has been wronged so much by the industry and by the very same academy that you are seeking acceptance from. I think any female rapper going on that stage after Nicki Minaj should be thanking Nicki Minaj. It would have been said regardless of who won and for what, but especially for Best Rap Album, and especially because you are a son. Long live Nicki Minaj. Let's get into the video. She really definitely has that Grammy on the mixtape, and that's the thing. Okay, so for people who are like not really getting it, because I was going back and forth with some of my group chat, shout out to y'all, but it's like the issue here is that the industry knows that they can't beat Nicki Minaj when it comes to music consumption, when it comes to numbers or awards or literally anything. And so it's just like Doechii came with her debut project, calling it a mixtape. And not only Doechii is doing this, a lot of other artists are doing this, calling their first project, even JT did it, calling their first projects mixtapes. And the difference between Doechii and everybody else is that she really do got the support of TDE and stuff like that. She got a strong label behind her or whatever. So it's just like, y'all called this a mixtape so she could win a Grammy off a mixtape, this huge campaign. So, let's see when it comes to her album. I'm not feeling that though, because the greats, as in the greats of rap, did they ever get an opportunity to win a Grammy off a mixtape? They didn't even have the opportunity to have their mixtapes on streaming, right? So they never even had the option to monetize their mixtape music unless they were really selling physical copies out of the trunk of their car, like Miss Nicki Minaj did. And so to give artists these days Grammys off of mixtapes when the greats didn't even have that option is like, you tell me. I really want to know your feedback. Is that something to be salty about, or is it just like a nod to the times, like, okay, we're advancing in terms of time, so now yeah, you can get Grammy nominated off a mixtape? But does that happen in other genres though? I don't know. We need to pay attention to what happens in other genres. But anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate you. And once again, type more in the comments if you want me to do another video on like everything that went down at the Grammys, because I got some notes here. I got some notes and I got some things to say. So yeah, thank you so much for listening until the end, and I will see you in the next video. Please like this one.